Hello, hello, what is going on, YouTube friends? Welcome to another shenanigans-filled World of Warships Legends video with your host, Tonight Phoenix 61. That is me. So we are playing the Omono, or this is the cool, fancy, newish, I mean, not really that new anymore, but newer Japanese cruiser line, right? So I'm having a lot of fun with the torpedo build with these ships, right? So you take a little bit away from the guns, but you add quite a bit to the torpedoes, is kind of my thoughts and feelings there. And it's different, it's a lot of fun, right? So, double header here, because I had two somewhat short games, right? So that puts us up to a full 15-minute video, right? And then we're going to hold off on shooting our guns here, right? Because we are not spotted, and shooting our guns would get us spotted, and we are kind of, sort of, somewhat broadside to the enemy team, right? So, but alas, it is a Ganaizana. That wouldn't hurt too bad, maybe. You never know, but right. So we're kind of underway now. We'll take the shot, and then we'll just kind of pay attention to who people are shooting at and make sure no bullets are coming our way. And we got a fire on the Ganaizana. We're going to shoot this Mysore, and we're probably going to hit him with a torpedo. Yes! See how much damage that thing did? Like, dude, this torpedo build on this is brutal. Love it. Alright, Maya, take a couple hits at him. Take a couple shots at him. Whatever you want to call it, right? Fuso out there. Kind of my, back and forth between just who can I light on fire? And then who am I going to shoot torpedoes at once they get reloaded next, right? So we're almost loaded again with the torps. We'll send some through these zones if we see fit, right? I mean, there's only the one destroyer. Is this guy going to go around and come back in? So just kind of trying to guess, right? That's the challenge with, the longer range torpedoes, right? There's just so much time between when you fire them and when they would actually get to the target that person's probably changed course, 5 times by, so you really do have to be predictable at range. The nice thing with this commander build, though, is that if you do get those hits, they hit even harder at the longer range. I don't go through the commander build here just because at the end of this video, like I normally do with a lot of mine, just because I stacked 2 games together. But if you're interested in that, go check out some of my other videos with these, with this same cruiser line. So I am using the there was a sort of dedicated, I don't want to say dedicated, but that commander that came out about the same time as these cruisers did, right? There was a calendar event. Of course, now you can buy the commander for Commander XP in the store, so I recommend it just because it's nice and fun. So this is kind of a fun way to outfit these ships. But yeah, if you're interested in the full build, I would go check out some of my other videos where I typically go through the commander build at the end, right? Didn't get as lucky with the Maya and the torpedoes, but that was still a great shot, right? So he may have had sonar going since he probably knew that, our destroyer was out here as well. So he may have been able to pick up our torpedoes early enough, right? So we'll send another rack at him. Yeah, and once you get up to this, I don't know if it's at the tier 5 or the tier 6, but then you get, the torpedo racks start to be on either side of the ship, right? I think either the 4, maybe even the 5 too. It's nice because you can shoot from both sides of the ship, right? But now you've got to remember which side's got ones loaded and which side doesn't. So I'm particularly concerned about the Fuso that's back there right at the top of Zone C. So we just need to make sure he's either not looking at and or firing at us, and or we're not broadside to him, right? But it'd be nice to go in and challenge this destroyer that's in this zone here, right? Alright, so we'll swing around. We'll use I'm using the overview camera here just because we want to keep our guns on that side of our ship, right? So if you go into overview camera, if you don't know that, on Xbox, it's the hold the left bumper, right? But as you go into overview camera, it'll keep your guns aimed wherever you had previously pointed them. On the higher tier ships of this line, the turrets move significantly faster Yeah, we're gonna get that. Give it to us, baby. Oh yeah. But yeah, in the higher tier, I think the 7 and 8, the turrets move significantly faster, and then you don't really have to, you know, play around with that. It's mostly for like great for battleship play. If you've got battleships, you've got really slow moving turrets, right? All right, so we'll see if we can't challenge this Geed. Since we knew he was there, we've got our sonar going, right? Which, you know, if we get close enough, we can pick him up. But then, of course, at the same time, we don't want to go broadside to a Pensacola. This is sort of like, you can't even call this ship like a glass cannon. Like, the guns aren't that great, but it's really the torpedoes that are where the most damage and honestly the most fun comes in, right? Like, I feel like I play these ships not necessarily because I do that great with them. Of course, you guys only see like the good games most of the time, unless of course you're watching me live, right? But like, I feel like I just play it. It's more like it's just fun. It's fun to try and get hits with these long range torpedoes. Because when you do get those hits, they're just so brutal. Yeah, so we turned in. We knew that Geed was still there. And it'd be nice to have sonar right now because we would probably be detecting him. So yeah, we get the dev strike on the Pensacola because he walked into our trap of torpedoes. Puts us up over 100 grand for damage. And then, of course, the Geed is the only thing that's left. We'll see if we can't get this kill, too. Sneak into the zone here. Light him up. I mean, whether he's got torpedoes ready for us or not, I'm going to slow down and turn into him just in case he does. He did shoot some, but it's really not going to be a big deal if we die because I'm sure my team could finish him off, right? So you would expect, right? We've all seen bad things happen. Alright, let's see if we can't nab this one when we get loaded here. Boosh. Third kill, 118 grand. We'll see what the leaderboard looks like, and then we will jump into our next game. $2,600 XP, that does put us at the top significantly. The next guy down was at like 1,400 or so. Almost 1,000 more. Alright, ring. Just the regular ring map, right? Not the Ring of Fire map, right? Omono again, right? So we'll see how this one goes. And you're gonna see me with, you know, fairly similar playstyle, right? Like, like just like the range on these torpedoes, right? Like you can hit them at their spawn points, right? At this point, right? Just dumping them. So we'll do that. Somehow that battleship got picked up already. Sometimes people like to just like lob their gun, like just fire their guns, but if it gets you picked up, it's your own fault. Alright, now we're like, alright, which way do we shoot on the, you know? So just looking out, like, you know, it's the range on these is so long that island out there, we would run in, the torpedoes would hit it, right? So I'd be like, do I shoot to the left of it or do I shoot to the right of it, right? To get the most out of them. Then we'll move around towards the outside of the map as we see fit and as it's safe, right? So just holding off on firing the main battery, right? Because I do have a little bit of concealment built in here. So we're holding off on firing our guns until we're kind of, you know, prepared to not be broadside, right?
Thank you.
And then here we can try and trigger some fires. The Fuso looks like he's already got a fire going. And yep, we're gonna run into this land. Good for us. Great. I am so smart. SMRT. Alright, so we could probably hold off firing main battery here to go unspotted again. Yep, so everybody's kind of far enough out. So it's kind of nice having decent concealment here. Yeah, we get first blood on that Fuso too. Just because, you know, if you are, you know, kind of fighting the battle out at range, you have that in your back pocket to just be able to stop shooting, and then you know, go unspotted if you need to. And then now, of course, we can move up a little bit more. And kind of get ourselves repositioned here. So So if these guys keep kind of moving around this towards this side of the map, we could potentially get more torpedo hits here. So just kind of trying to see what he does. North Carolina looks like he's backing up as well, but we can send him. He's also on fire. And I do like to get some of these like cheeky shots as we duck behind land, right? So send the bullets and then go disappear behind the island. North Carolina looks like he doesn't have a fire anymore, so he needs a new one. Decent hits, but no fire. Another shot. So this torpedo's looking, yeah, it was a decent shot, but doesn't look like we're going to get any hits there. Alright, and then somebody took a shot at us, so I'm slowing down and turning away. That could have been a lot worse than it was. Let's see what this Aoba's doing. Might be able to hit him. Case over here. So this is that's the tier 5 equivalent of this cruiser line. Decisions. We've like really pushed back this side of the map. Like they're fearing the torpedoes. I saw what you did to our Fuso friend. And at some point I'm going to have to go challenge them, but, you know, if we're, it's captured the base, right, so we're not too focused on, I want to say we're not too focused on points, but it's something you don't want to ignore, right, but, so we're up just because we're up on ships, right, so, but, like, in those situations where you've got, like, the lead, like, a lot of times it makes more sense to try and, you know, force their hand, let them come to you, because if they just keep backing up, then eventually they're going to lose once the timer runs out, right? So, but I'm feeling good tonight. We'll go in, we'll push up. Aoba's still running away. North Carolina, the other advantage of not being spotted for a little bit, too, is they kind of tend to forget about you. And so he's focused on somebody else, so we'll take advantage of that and just take our shots. Make it rain! Boosh, almost. So close. A fire would be nice. Like the bullets don't do the greatest of damage, right? So kind of relying on fires here and there. Yeah, 265. Have you seen such an epic salvo before? Alright, I can't imagine this Aoba stays on course and keeps pushing way out there, so I'm going to shoot some torpedoes. I'm going to shoot the next rack short. Plus that other battleship's back there, right, that land. Should be able to hit him. Are we going to get a torpedo on this guy? Oh, dang it. Alright, Lion, was he even looking at us either? Okay, we'll send him some more in case he pops out. Yeah, he's only got one turret ready to shoot at us. And then he's gonna eat these. That'll probably end him with how strong those are. Yeah. It only took one. It only took one. And then these are torpedoes from the Aoba. So that's partially why you saw him sailing, you know, kind of stupid broadside to us, right? So, you know, if we were a more powerful ship and had AP loaded, we could have ended him there, but so I'll switch to AP here now because we got a good distance. You know, we've closed the distance on him, and he's still trying to sail broadside, probably trying to get more torpedoes out, right? So it's gonna, you know, we're gonna be able to hit him pretty hard there. Yeah, 4 Citadel hits. That pops high caliber for us. That's putting us over 100 grand. See if we can't. Maybe the rear turrets can still hit. Nope. All right, we'll meet him on the other side. I got sonars ready again because we had it going before because we suspected he was sending torpedoes our direction, but I don't think he's going to have any loaded, so we'll finish him off with the AP rounds there. And it was perfect timing because all the other ships just died as well on the enemy team. And we'll see where we end up on the leaderboard yet again. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. We do take the top spot. Make sure you're following the channel. We're doing lots and lots of World of Warships Legends videos, right? See you next time.